We find our group currently not even direct. Why is no one? Oh, there we go. That's better. As the 4. Yeah, there is 4 of you. There is 3. As the 4 of you gathered up the papers and basically also add to inventory, you have the dart. Unless you don't take the dart.
Take the dart.
I don't want to touch it.
Take the dart.
I'm gonna ask Reeve to take the dart.
Oh, for God's
I'm not
sake,
touching
don't
it.
make him take the dart.
I am
He'll
not
fucking
touching it.
stab himself with
Or,
that.
I won't mind taking this. I mean, it's not like I apparently just didn't take control of God and then accidentally drop it somewhere.
I mean, I'll hold it. I just don't want to pull it out of the dead guy.
So yeah, he would nod and basically putting it in his pack. So, we're going to meet that guy, or we're going back to the cat?
Were there any books on his desk? Sorry.
Looking at it, yes, there is quite a few. All of them seem to be spread apart and or in some type of random, almost euclidic way of like setting up things that only he probably understood.
Because I feel like we should do some research on what this thing is. So I want to look and see if any of them look like they would be, like they were used at this moment, if they would be helpful. Or if he was looking at one specifically.
As you go to the table, since you're already taking the time trying to figure this out, all the books seem to be opened on random different pages, nothing seemingly making any sense to you in a problem-solving approach.
Okay. I can't think of anything else we need. Did the guy ever come? What's his name? Bill Ballford?
We're waiting for him still, I think.
What guy?
Can I peek outside? Is there anyone around?
Did you peek outside? Yes. You look out there and you do notice a man that has one arm behind his back and his other hand just to his side, dressed in gray robes with white linings, his hair tied back in a tight ponytail, and bouncing left and right with each stride. He seems to have a broad chest and a narrow figure, which normally you would think it would contrast each other rather poorly, but he seems to be working it just fine, as he seems to be making his way towards your direction.
Is it Balford? Have we met Balford before?
No, you have not.
Okay, I'm just gonna stand there and see if he comes over to the door.
He would continue to move as he would stop right in front of the door, looking down towards you. I believe that my presence was requested.
Are you Brother Balford?
Yes. You must
I'm
be
just
the
gonna-
individuals that saw in the light guide him, Mr. Bode, on his way last. Correct?
Yes. I only heard half of what you said, but yes.
Pretty sure there's healers that can fix that. But, he says, walking inside.
Healers that can fix what? I only heard half of what you said.
Exactly.
Okay. Just let him go inside.
as he would walk inside, he has a very apparent air of importance about him as he would scan the room, looking at Matthias, Reeve, and Swartz, and then to the body. So I'm guessing the reason that you've gathered my attention here is to look at a corpse. For what reason?
We found this dart, thing mark on his neck, and he's apparently really hot to the touch, and we're not really sure why. We were wondering if you could help us figure out more about that.
His eyes would furrow as he would move towards the corpse. And it will look like he's hesitating as you just watch him at the back view, looking down at it before finally reaching up and pressing a palm underneath Bo's neck. And you start to notice it was very light at first, but there's like this pulse of energy that seems to emit from his palm before he recoils. Yes, that is odd. There is something wrong. Well, was something wrong. This wasn't some heart attack.
Do you know what it was?
As far as I can gather, this seems to be a very potent blend of some type of poison. I can't gather what kind it is, but it isn't natural. I can say that much. How did you know this?
What? No, what?
As far as I was told, that he was dead in his study due to a heart attack.
Well, we were sent to investigate, so we just took close looks at everything.
Well, I told you as much as my capabilities could tell me about Bod's condition. I apologize if I couldn't be any more help.
No, thank you. It was more than we found.
As you're saying that to him, his gaze kind of turns away from you as you're like in mid talking to him. He just looks at Bod's corpse and sighs slightly, and then turns back to look at you, chest perked and standing erect. Well, if that's all that you need of me, I'm going to return and retire to my quarters.
Thank you for your help.
Actually, Markle had something taken from him. And it seemed to be important to this church.
Do you have any more information on what was taken? A name, a description?
It was,
I wouldn't be the first to say that Marklin had many priests on pause for whatever reason or whatever fancy he ran upon in his study. So, you would have to be more specific with me.
Well, do you know Greg Bode? He was bringing it here. They called it the icon?
No, I'm not familiar. I'm familiar of the name, but I don't recall any meetings with him and Marklin.
I think it was letters. Oh. It was a coin.
He just seems to be perplexed as you're going through all this. It's like, if this was something that he was doing, then I assume that he must have been doing this on his own fruition and free time. He did not speak of it with me.
Is there like a sort of... Just kidding. Never mind. Sorry.
Well,
I I know you guys have a library. Would it be possible for us to use it?
Marklin did offer you a place to stay here, so it is as free as it is to anyone that chooses to come to our temple. Granted, the restricted area is only towards members of our order, obviously.
Okay.
But if you actually have such permission stated by the White Guard to investigate further, I would need first proof of such things, but some rules can be bended if that's the case.
Oh, we have a warrant.
Yeah, I'll show him the warrant.
He would take the warrant in hand and look it over, and give it a nod as he would... Alright, this checks out then, as he would hand it back to you.
Thank you.
He would lightly nod. Well, if that's all that you need of me, please. I need to grieve.
Thank you.
He would just give a sharp nod and quickly turn on his heels and walk out the door.
So are we just telling everybody about this now? The icon?
I mean, it's gone, right?
I know. If one person died because he had it, I don't want anything bad to happen because someone knows about it.
He didn't seem to know of its importance. Which makes me wonder, is it actually important to the church, or was it only important to Marklin?
True. Can we try to find the letters that he was writing to Bod, whatever his name is?
Well, you know what you're gonna have to do.
Investigation! Yay!
Is
Alright.
it still at disadvantage?
No.
What?
No.
Yay. Investigation.
So
Hey,
epic, so.
it's not a 1.
You go through his possessions and whatnot. It doesn't seem like any of the papers seem to be correspondence with him and Bog, or anything that looks like a letter that you siphon through. You do find another drawer that holds 3 containers of ink, along with 10 different quills.
It's a lot of ink. Just like regular ink.
Yes.
Okay.
Does Reeve find anything? Or Schwartz.
Schwartz is too annoyed right now to do anything.
Schwartz is in the corner edgelording.
Reeve, on the other hand, so upset. So upset.
Yes. I'm so happy.
As Reeve goes around the desk and gets to the other side of it and bends over, kind of moving the body out of the way as it swivels on the chair, kind of turns in your guys' direction. It's very creepy, to say the least. As Reeve would stand up holding onto a small chest of sorts. It looks like something that someone would keep jewelry in, as he just palms it in his hand, holding it in front of him. Found something. You guys are really bad at this.
Has anyone ever told you you're way smarter than you seem?
Yeah. I'm surprised, Reeve. I've never seen this side to you before.
He kind of just shrugs.
Can we open the box?
It looks to be locked.
Can we try? I don't have any way to open the locked box. Does anyone know how to open this?
There's always an easy way to open a box.
Break it.
Maybe we can find a key or something. We haven't seen a key or anything, have we?
Can we try to pick the lock?
You can
We
try.
don't have anything.
You can certainly try. Roll a dex at disadvantage.
Yep.
Go, go, go.
Break it. Pry it open.
There's no key on the desk. I don't know.
Alright, so. As you guys are just doing that, Reeve just picks up the mace.
Mm-hmm.
I'm bored. As he takes the mace and goes overhead and just drops it on the case as it just shatters to pieces.
Reeve, no! you went way overboard.
Jeez.
I scramble over to it to see if there's anything broken.
As you go over towards the box, it seems like the lid of it got just crunched straight in, and the sides is just broken out. As you move it open, you can see the remnants of a broken mirror that was probably at the top of the box itself. Has broken glass shattered in on the insides. And the inside itself contains what looks like 3 separate vials of dust. Red, yellow, and blue.
And thankfully unharmed.
Thankfully unharmed.
Why would he?
I sigh in relief.
Why do you think he has that?
Don't most people have dust around?
But I mean, if you're just like an old man living in a church, I don't know.
Are you saying old men can't have dust?
Well, or like, it doesn't matter how old you are, you can still use dust. That's a very ageist thing to say.
Oh, right?
Our dean.
I don't know. Never mind. I'm sorry, guys. Just a little thrown off right now, okay?
Understandable. It's been a long day.
So,
It's probably still early too.
have we spent enough time by the stiff now? Can we go?
I take the dust.
Alright.
Ooh. Ooh.
Add 3 vials of dust. 1 red, 1 yellow, 1 blue.
Is there anything else in the box? Like,
Looking in on the box itself? No.
yeah. Okay. No no like carvings into the wood or anything like that. Okay.
If there was, it's too busily splinted from being crushed.
Somehow, the DM keeps rolling extremely high for him.
And you guys are paying for it now.
Yeah, you can't let us win everything.
Should we go back to the Knight Commanders?
I mean, where else are we gonna go?
I don't
Time to
know.
go back.
At some point, we gotta research this icon. We are missing a lot of information.
Well, maybe he has more information for us. He says, sure.
Yeah. Yeah, we can get the case files.
Well then, let's go.
Let's go. Oh! Are we just gonna leave the body here? What are they gonna do with it?
It's not our job to collect it. I'm sure that the church will have their own methods of.
Yeah, they're gonna do
funerals.
something, right?
I mean, maybe. He leaves.
Matthias follows.
Yeah, I'll leave too.
Alright, so you guys begin to make your way back to the Knight Commander after leaving the scene. Everyone outside the Church of the Light seems to be getting antsy and upset since they're not really fully involved in the actual murder itself, so they're unaware of what's going on inside and feel like they're just being shut off by the White Watchers from entering the temple for whatever reason. As you guys continue to move past them, as you head back to the Knight Commander's building. The trek there doesn't take too long, and you do notice that, very on par to what the Knight Commander was telling you, it really doesn't seem like there's all that many guards in the city itself. You see about two guards around every 3 or so blocks. It seems like they are stretched very far and few in between as you continue to manage to move around Centerville. Heading back to the Knight Commander's building, you see that the building itself is not as busy and full like the first time when you guys came in. Granted, you do see the same receptionist lady at the desk as you guys come in, and she picks her head up and clasps her hand in front of her. She looks towards you. Well, welcome back. I hope that your travels were beneficial to you all.
Somewhat.
Excuse me, my name is Arlene. I work here.
Nice to meet you, Eileen.
I'm sure.
Is there a way we could talk to Commander Buren?
Oh, my husband? Yes, I'm sure that he is over there. Probably
He's
still
your
not
husband?
eating. Probably still complaining about my cooking. You didn't notice it at first, but you can now start to see there is a bit of a snap to her tone.
Oh.
Talking about her husband in that tone.
I'm sure that he's busy not eating, that yes, you guys can go back and see him. I'll make sure to buzz him to let him know you're on your way.
Thank you, Eileen.
You
And
guys
we
are
go.
walking down the hall. You just have that moment of the pause when you guys are walking where, you know, you're by yourselves if you want to say anything to each other.
Is there some tension in there, or did I make that up?
Maybe he doesn't like her cooking and she doesn't like that. Do you think her cooking is bad?
I don't know. Probably not. I don't know. I mean, he did seem really busy, so I don't know.
So you guys make it to the door as it's closed. Knock or open?
Knock.
You give it a couple of knocks. Come in.
Go in.
As you can see, the Night Commander is currently at his table, apple in hand, head down at the desk, writing with the other free hand, and what looks like a container that seems to be untouched, wrapped, and left on the corner of his desk. Ah, you returned. Come in. You can close the door behind you.
I do that.
So you just take a bite out of the apple. So, anything of note?
I want to look around to see if he has any dish nearby.
Well, you do notice that there's this package that seems to be wrapped with care, like at the corner of his desk, that looks to be untouched.
Oh.
Sir?
He turns, looking at Matthias.
I think your wife would very much appreciate it if you ate her cooking.
He'll just look at you very drolly. So, back to the case.
I just kind of duck my head down.
We found I don't know, we found some stuff. We found Marklin had a start similar to the one that you told us about, the dart wound.
As you say this, he
And-
kind of looks at you guys a little bit surprised, actually.
And we spoke with Father Belford, who said it was a poison. We noticed that his body was very warm to the touch. Hot, even.
He'll kind of stand up as you would leave the half-eaten apple on the table and walk to the other side of the room towards a door, another door, as you would open it. You should follow me.
I take one last look at the apple and then the uneaten food and follow him.
Yeah, I'll go.
As they would continue to go inside, it is a decline room that seems to be weather controlled and actually kind of cool in here. Looking around, you can see there's a bunch of different shelves against the wall with boxes of different information and whatnot. These 12 boxes is all the information that we were able to ascertain from the last 3 similar murders that involved darts in this area. I have to say, from what you're telling me, he would stop. It's like, have you heard of the Black Fang?
Yeah.
No.
Have
The
we?
Black Fang? No.
Oh, no. Yeah. Have we?
I shake my head.
Apparently, it's a splinter cell of people that branched off the White Fang way earlier before whoever it is that took control of them earlier. They're known to be legends amongst the Faunus themselves, but I'm afraid that the stories are becoming to be a little bit too real. He would sigh as he would start to go through the papers, handing them off to you all, as it just shows like hand-drawn and or photographed pictures of the scenes, depending on the technology they had available at the very time.
We should have done that. Anyway, keep going. Sorry.
We had a lot of trouble with the Black Fang during the first siege of the 18th year. The Black Fang were, he would pause, riding the Grimm into the city.
But why?
We don't know. We don't know why the Grimm associated with them to begin with. But after the incident, to try to protect the people, we wrote off much of the incident and the involvement of the Black Fang as just myth and legend to prevent an all-out panic. As he's saying this, he would continue hanging out going through the papers. Here are the locations of the previous 3 Dart killings. As he would point at a map of the city, as he would point at 3 different locations. One was a watchman outside one of the hangars and the southern district, the one I was saying earlier. The second, a doorkeeper. A farm. Ooh, words. The frickin' A is these animal people called?
Faunus?
Thank you. I've been up long, guys. Thank you. The second was a Faunus doorkeeper and the engineering skills. And the
With
third,
engineering skills?
the engineering guild.
Oh.
It's near the merchant district. And the third was an individual. We actually didn't know much about him. It seems like he came into the city and died on that day. But he died in the old quarter.
In the what?
The old
sorry.
quarter.
Old quarter. I'm sorry.
But as I said earlier, there just seemed to be nothing that tied them together or apart from the manner of their deaths.
Do you have their names?
As he goes through the papers, he looks at the first 2, which the first one starts scrolling through. Krag. K-R-A-G.
K-R-A-G. Mm-hmm.
And the Faunus was Zacharet. Z-A-T-C-H-E-T.
Mm-hmm.
As I said with the third, there's not much that we know about him. He just came to the city. We couldn't even find a scroll.
Interesting. Were any of them hot to the touch, like with poison?
I was only available for one of them, but when I did, he definitely did seem like he had some type of feverish conditions. I need to ask something of you.
Yes?
I want you to investigate these sites of the other 3 killings and report back to me if you discover anything further than what my men could have or could not have done.
Okay.
How long ago were they? There might not be anything more to be gained.
All of the murders and deaths has happened in the past 3 weeks.
Also, I noticed some strange markings on the windowsill at Father Markland's study. They looked to be made by some kind of creature. Not a Grimm, and not human, and not any animal that I would recognize.
That to me sounds very in kin with the Black Fang. I heard that their features seem to be very rodent-like.
Okay. Do you know anything about the Black Fang's, like, goals or
He
anything
would
like
just shake
that?
his head no. Trust me. To be honest, I shouldn't even be here right now.
Why?
He would kind of just rub the side of his head and let it just comb through the back of his hair. I'm working as Knight Commander, as Regent, in place of the original that's on tour with the main group of forces that left.
Oh.
To be honest with you, he's saying, looking at Matthias, this work is causing quite a bit of strain in my life. And the help that you all give me is making it easier for me to return home to a more peaceful state.
I mean, anything we can do to help.
Also, forgive me. I realized after you guys came here that you probably haven't eaten at all. I left some food up there for you. If you want, you can partake.
Oh, yeah, we're from... What time of day is it?
You guys got there and you just made it to the city. And then before you even had a chance to really lay down and rest, got taken up and all that and thrown around and about. So right now it's around 4 o'clock and you guys haven't even eaten yet, really.
Oh, God.
Oh yeah, we are very hungry.
Yeah.
Please partake.
Could we take a break, eat for a minute, and then would we be able to come back down here?
I'll have my secretary get these lodged up in ledgers for you.
My secretary.
I know.
His wife.
Thank you.
He would give you guys a nod, as he would just like turn his back to you guys and just have his arms behind his back as he's just looking amongst all the boxes and whatnot.
Okay, so we're gonna head out then and
You go eat something.
go eat something, yes.
So as you get back upstairs, the only thing you can see is the box that seems to be unopened on his desk that seems to be wrapped with care and love.
That's the only food.
And a half-eaten apple that's in front of his chair. the boxes at the end of the table where you guys would be sitting.
He's giving us his wife's cooking.
Mm.
He can, like...
I guess it's better that someone eats it, right?
I suppose. So, carefully unwrap it.
As you look at it, it seems to be a 3-stage built box of different food. On the top seems to be steamed rice with different vegetables in it. In the second layer, it seems to be an assortment of different types of veggies and what looks like a potato wrapped up and baked. And the bottom seems to be roast beef that is in some type of sauce and looks like it's just glazed to perfection, mixed with carrots and different onions.
I kind of gag at the sight of the roast beef.
I am definitely just like, we should just eat this all.
Okay. I take a piece of potato and kind of sniff it.
Oh, it smells exquisite.
Okay, god damn it.
I mean, if you're not gonna eat it, I will take the roast beef.
Okay. I pop the piece of potato in my mouth.
So almost in unison, you all just sit down and taking the time that you guys finally have, just one by one, all of you popping the food in your mouth. Oh, and it tastes horrible.
Horrible.
Absolutely horrid. Make Constitution checks.
Jesus.
Saving throws or just like
Checkers. Yeah.
Yeah, Constitution saving throws.
it's the same thing.
Jesus. Screw
But...
it.
Hey.
One moment.
I didn't do that bad. This is when the dice decide to have me do well. Jeez.
You're lucky you guys didn't have a combat today. You guys would have been fucked.
We would have died.
But Matthias, immediately you just cannot keep it down as you just turn your head and just spew it in whatever direction seems best.
At Schwartz.
Meanwhile, the other two, Reeve and Ardeen, you guys fight it down, but you start like coughing and trying to keep it down as your body's trying to get it back out, and then Schwartz is just with vomit on her pants, just eating it. It's like, eh.
It's just bad. It's not like, I don't know, something worse.
And with that, I think that's a good place for us to end it for today.
Great.
So thank you guys for sitting with us on our first campaign of Ruby, the Grimm Scarlet, Snow and Summer. You can catch us next week at 10:35 Central Standard Time to see the continuation of our group as they try to investigate the murders that seem to be plaguing the town of Center Hill, and their involvement and how they try to prove their innocence by helping the guard. Maybe they'll find the killers. Maybe they find something else. But we shall find out next time. So, thank you guys for watching. Ouch. And we'll see you guys next week. Later. With the toilet flush.
Hopefully other members will show up.
Oh, hopefully.
Alright, JR. Thank you again for the donation. Oh, and before we let out, let's have a big thanks for, starting back up the top, Zephyr Phoenix, Nero the Lightning, Pathfinders, One Piece, and Russ for the follows today. You guys are awesome. And then JR, thank you for the donation. Alright, and with that, we're heading out. Peace.